Good evening, my dear brothers. Hi, so it's right now about 7:35 p.m. Lamed Beis, بعומر, right before Lamed Gimel بعומer. Shouldn't say Lamed Gimel بعומer soon because once it's Shkia, then it can't count anymore. I have to wait till it's count later in the day. So I'm gonna really light the candle for Rav Shimon Bar Yochai's Yahrzeit. The Ilun Nishmas Rav Shimon Bar Yochai. And this is the candle for his Torah, the Ner Torah of Rav Shimon Bar Yochai. This is Toshin Pei, the year that there's no music, even in Miron, for Rav Shimon Bar Yochai's Yahrzeit. Due to this, I thank Hashem, thank Kadosh Baruch Hu, and I thank Rav Shimon Bar Yochai for B'meichos Koyv covered. Last year's Meichel is covered because there's a terrible rush in town. His name is David Yecheskel Appel and Naftali Younger, that they're from Zera Amalek and they became Gerim. I'll explain the whole shir of how they became Gerim. And I mean, their ancestors came Gerim. And it says we should try not to learn Torah from a ger, because a ger doesn't have the right mind or set of learning Torah, teaching Torah, and they don't have the right step of learning Torah. And a person that learns from a ger could learn kfira also. So you shouldn't learn Torah from them, chas v'shalom. And also, I want to thank Hashem because of these two people, these two people. They're big over on kina, taiva, and kavod, which are three things are moitzias adam and oilam, which is both am seals a sharm and sneakim, almost as farm. Three things are moitzias adam and oilam, as kina, kavod, and taiva, and these people are very big in that, and they're big drug addicts as well, big leaders in the drug gangs. They do drugs on the side, still hate. They're pimps in drugs. And they're big politicians. Of course, they're crooks. Malamaisa, because of them, they stopped me from playing music. And I thank Hashem for stopping the world from playing music, and for stopping all the weddings from playing music. Several years ago, when I first moved to Lakewood, I went around from hall to hall as they were opening up, offering them prices to set up deals with them to play weddings, and they wouldn't let, because these people were following me around, making sure that I shouldn't play music. And then they opened the Konas halls, and they made that people should only be able to take their players from these politicians, their special players, and they cut me out of the music field. And I thank Hashem for this year, even on Rav Shimon Bar Yochai's Yahrzeit, there's no music even in Iran. But Hashem is going to pass it on, the show, the Mivatal, for a person that learns Torah, learns Shas, and learns Zohar Kodesh, which we're going to learn the Zohar Kodesh now soon, by Shimon Yochai, and davens for the world. And they spoke Lashon Hara on him. So not one tefillah is accepted in the world besides for this person's tefillah, because they spoke Lashon Hara on this person, which is me. As much as Shemra, it's even better, bigger. And I'll just explain. This is David Yecheskel Appel, his daughter is Chaviyuta Appel, which is a gilgul of the Chava Imenu, the first Chava on the world, who bought the Nachash, the first Mises, Xeris Mises, and she's turning, and she's a gilgul of that Misa, and she's bringing now Misa for the entire world. This Chaviyuta. That's David Yecheskel. She's bringing Misa for the entire world. Because they have Kina, Kovid, and Taiva, and their economy and since their economy, and they want me so badly, just to go their way, the derech ra, the chas shalom, Ben Torah, top Talmud from Derech Chaim, a top masma should marry such a bad girl, such a Russia, which is a repetition of this from the same mishpacha from the four World War II, which is they come from Hitler's mishpacha, which Hitler wanted his sister to marry Rav Shimon Schwab, and Rav Shimon Schwab refused, and because of that he had such kina, he ran after and caused the whole entire World War II because of this kina. And now it's Muhammad that the Rebbeinu Shalom is taking revenge for World War II and for this war. And if people think 50 million people died in World War II, it's a joke compared to what the Rebbeinu Shalom is going to do, if need to be, to take care of these two bigger Shoim of Tuli Unger and David Cheskel Appel, which David Cheskel Appel is a Gilgal of the Malach Mavis, and Naftali Unger is a Gilgal of the Sultan. Let's just start to learn a little bit from the Zayar Kaddish from Shimon Yochai. We're not going to do the whole thing because the whole thing of Shimon Yochai is about a bunch of pages. We're just going to do 2 pages basically. Then I'm going to do about a few pages in the first volume. Shimon Yochai, Achia, Sam Shmoinim Yoim, Tei Lezakis, Liris Hashem Shimon Yochai. Ashkomas, Ishtatach, Abchia Ba'oretz V'nishik, so Ha'ofer, Bracha Ba'omer, Ofer, Kama Ata K'shei Oyev, Kama Ato Chotzuf, Shekol Machmadei Ayin, Yirkavu B'cho, Kol Mudei Oire, Shel Oilam, Teichel B'Sodek, Kama Ato Chotzuf Amoyer Kodesh Av Shimon Yochai, She'em Beyes Oilam HaShalit, Hagol Shemuna Sh'Schus B'Kayemes Oilam, Yirkav B'cho Rab Shimon Oyer Moyer, Oyer Alamis. Ata Nirka Ba'ofer, Ata Mekayim Madik Es Oilam, Ishtoimim, Rega Echad, Bama Ofer, Alt Skol, Shlo Yimasru B'cho Amudei Oilam, Sherei Rabbi Shimon Lo Yirokei B'cho, Kam Rabbi Chia Ba'Yaboicha, Holach V'Rabbi Yosi Imoy, Ba'Oisa Yoim Isana, Aboim Yoim Liras, Rabbi Shimon, Omer Loi, Ein Chodeshai Liras, Oisa Bocha V'Isana, Aboim Yoim, Acheirim, Her Loi B'Machses, Rabbi Shimon, Rabbi Loza B'Noi, Shei Oiskim B'Dova Hazeh, Sh'Omer Rabbi Yosi, V'Yakama, Alofen, Makshiven, V'Vo Ben Sayim, Lo Kamach Nafayim G'Doi, V'Sal Yoim Malam Leim, V'S Rabbi Shimon, V'S Rabbi Loza B'Noi, Olu Yeshivas Arkia, V'Chol Eilu and K'fayim, V'Yimachakim Lohem, Josh, Shechoizrim, Mischachim, Zivam, V'Idem Yosem, M'or Ziva Shemesh, Pasach Rabbi Shimon, V'Ami Ikonis Rabbi Chia, V'Ira B'Chmoish, Osir HaKadosh Baruch Hu, V'Chadesh Esprei HaTzadikim, Osir Alvei, Ashe Misha Nichnas L'Kon, Bli Vusha, Ashe Misha Oymen Bois Oilam, Ka'amud Chazak, V'Akol V'Rosh Haya Nichnas, V'Kom Rabbi Elazar, Shar Tzadikim, Sheoishin Sham, V'Haya Mispayish, V'Hishmit, Esatzmai V'Nichnas, V'Yoshev L'Ragli Rabbi Shimon. Yotze Kol V'Amar, Hanmeich Einecha V'Al Torim Loishcha V'Al Testakel Hinmech Eino V'Ro Oishe Meir M'Rocha Chazar HaKoil K'moi Koidem Omer Al Yoinim T'munim Estarim Kuchei Ayin Oisem Shemeshaytim M'Chol Oilam Estakel Ruta Achtoinim Yetnoim Yishainim Estarim M'Chayreichem Soiro Mimi Chem Shahoichim Choyshech L'Oi V'Tayamim Mar Mosek Terem Boyim L'Chon M'Kibekem Shmechakim Chol Yoim Lo Oishe Meir V'Shosh HaMelech Poiket Sayala Eskabe Nikol Melech Mikol Malchim L'Oilam Mishloi Mitzapel Azeh Chol Yom V'Oisa Oilam In L'Chele Kan Mesayim Roa Kamo Min HaChaverim Soiv Choloisei HaTzadikim Shemekayom Yal Shemalam Oisam Yeshivas Arkia Eilo Oilam Eilo Yodim Mal Kulam Roa Mal Kanafayim Shahaya Ba Unishba V'Shvush Neshama V'Choyre Apagot Shamelech Poiket B'Chol Yom V'Zoichas Ayala Shecheves L'Ofar V'Boyet B'Yitus B'Ois Shah Shleish Meis Shishim Rekim Chulam Neraschim Zoim L'Fanam Moirid Alzeh Mois V'Neiflis Oisan L'Mois Ha'Reischus B'Eish Zecha Yam HaGadol Oisan L'Mois Oimen Oisan Muna Shal Yam Niskayim Mekadosh Shemois Shamalach HaKodesh Kamal Alav Livloyas Kol Meme Bereshis Yichnes Eisen Lasecha B'Shoshis Kansu Kol Amin Alam HaKadosh is B'Yavsha Mayim Yavru Yovish Mein Koch Shama Shoimer Panam Mokim Shani Hine Melch Mashiach All Yeshivas Rav Shimon Meknei Shekol Hatzdikim Shesham Rashi Yeshiva Oizen Yeshivas Shesham Hein Yeshuvas L'chol Eisem HaChaveim Hashem Kol Yeshiva Oilem Yeshivas Shekol Yeshivas HaRakia HaMashiach Ba B'chol Eisen Yeshivas V'chol Eisem Torah Mipira B'Seinu Oizen Shah Ba Mashiach B'Zat B'Neichas Yeshivas B'Toyas L'Yonis Oizen Shah Kamul Kol Eisem HaChaveim Mekam Rabbi Shimon L'Oila Oida Arum HaRakia Amar L'Oy Rabbi Ha'Shech Sh'Nirascha Oila Shleish Meis Reshiv Moiris Chol Oir V'Oir Nifrad L'Shleish Meis Shleisha Asar Tamim Shailam Reichatz Menaris Afarsman Tar HaKadosh Baruch Hu Chaysim Torah Mishivascha Mishivasai Shal Chizkiah Melch Yehuda Meitoich Shiyishivasai Shachia Shloini Ani Loi V'Asi L'Achtay Mishivascha Alabala Kanafayim Balach V'Chan Shalei Yadat Shalei Konos Asleich Hashivas Achei Shalei Shivascha Oisa Shah Siba L'Rabbi Shimon Oisa Shvua Nishpa Bal Kanafayim Osis Daza Mashiach Vahir Mekoila Vizdaza Rakia Vizdaza Hayam Agola Vizdaza Leviosam V'Choshav Oilam Nisapach Bein Kach Ra Nisabi Chiyel Rabbi Shimon Rabbi Shimon Omer Meninas and Khan Adam Shlavish Midei Oisais Oilam Omalai Rabbi Shimon Zehu Rabbi Chia Osh Amoy Ratoira Omalai Skanis Uvan of Mashiva Shachal Omer Rabbi Shimon Zman Nosen Loi Zman Miyotz Misham Mezuzah Ein of Zogas Mois Daza Rabbi Chia Vochav Omer Ashi Chalcham Shachlikim Bois Oilam Ashi Shachalka Shabbai Yechosh Zochel Lachach Olav Akasav Lahan Chal Yahavi Yoshva Seyem Amali Oy Meir Eskol Oilam Oy Meir Eskol Oilam Shimon's Oy was Meir's Kol Oilam Pinchas Ayim Matzif Nei Rabbi Chumai Choif Yam Kines Adam Godav Kishish Yom Hoyav Eina Paskum Nerois Amar Rabbi Pinchas Vadish Shemati Shalai Choy Chavereini Yesh Golis Evan Toiva Stekalti Bom Golis Yish Yoitzik Oyer Shemesh Minatika Ira Eskol Oilam Oisa Amad Min Shmaim Oretz Vahir Eskol Oilam At Yoshev Atika Yom Yoshev Akakise Karoi Oyehu Nichlau Kulei Beveischa Meod Nichlau Beischa Yotza Oyer Dak V'Kotten Yotza Chutz Vahir Eskol Oilam Asher Chok Chotzei Benit Zei Leich Acham Magolis Hayishem Ira Eskol Oilam Shariah Shah Oimelis L'Choy Yotza Mofanav Amad Nekones Le'Nia Hayish Nei Gvam Imoy Da Shteit Ziparim Shariah Boyes Tosois Al Yom Heirum Lahem Kol V'Amad Ziparim Sh'atim Tosois Al Yom Harisim Esamokim Shesham Bar Yechoy Shta Ma'at Amad Ziparim L'Chul V'Shiva Li'Parchu V'Ochel Nichutzu Al Yom V'Ochel Lehem Ad Shiotza Hine Oisen Ziparim Boyes V'Fi Achas Me'en Pisko Achas L'Kosa V'Seicha Shehine Bar Yechoy Yotza Min Ha'ora Abiloza B'noi Holach Elav Motza Oisen Mishuna Begufay Molech Haludim Bocha Imo V'Omer Baishi Ischa Bocha Omer Sha'aya Shechel Kishisi Oisen B'Cholsh Chosh Yemoli Lo Yisi Oisen B'Choch Lo Yisi B'Choch Yom Shin Nestalik Neskasus Seidus Atayrash Nino Omer Rabbi Yosi B'Yom Haya Shiatza Rabbi Shimon Memora Advar Mo Niskas Mechaveim Seidus Ayonim Mistakel Neskal Mibneim Ilu Shnid Moise Shabbat Hasina Achash Meis Kosov Yisach Me'aynes Lahoim Alu Bes Shmaim Yochaveim Achash Me'Lo Me'Lim Skyim Baruch Hashem, I was able to read the Zohar Kodesh Il Nishmas Roshim B'Yechoy on the Sifa Roshim Yechoy in the Zohar Kodesh Moshe Zohar. And now I'll get back to this a little later. Let's go on the first chelik of the Zohar Kodesh. Nini Lashon Hara. Hamasayir b'Lashon Hara meiv misaloylam. Tachas Eli yesh ruach hachas shemedes hakol oisam b'alei Lashon Hara. Shikash Masayir manash b'Lashon Hara. Ha'oisa Adam sh'Masayir b'Lashon Hara mis az Masayir eres. Haruach hara azayet mei shemal shnigneis achsicha. V'hi shayla oisa sayir sh'Lashon Hara. S'chila ba b'nei Adam. U'nichnas l'malam v'goyim ba'isa yisayres sh'Lashon Hara mavas. Chere v'herek b'al oilam. Oyla oisam shabayim as atzad ra hazeh לשיימן פיים לשייном, לחשם על כך, ליודם שרי בסיידה של מטה תלוי הסיידה של מעלה, בין לטוי בין רע. ודאי בלושן הורה מביאים ממנו בייס שמוסי בקדושה. בואי ראי, בכל זמן שהנשם הקדושה, זוהי נביאקס באדם אהב ריבוינאי. וכמה שיימים שיימים אויסי למכל סטודן, רושם הוא לטוי ולמעלה למטה, השכינה הקדושה שיר עליו. בזמן שהוא מאסטר סדקה, השכינה מסתעלקס ממנו, והשם הקדושה לא נמקס בו. מצד הנחש הרוע, עתק בסעיר סרוח אחר ששוט ולכס באוילם, שלא ישיידו אל במקום שהקדושה על יין הסתלקו משם. ואז איש נתמו ונפקו מסורי מהי פעם בכל. בואי ראי משום שנפש חיה זוהי היא קדושה על יוינו, שמשחס איסה אורץ הקדושה, חלדס בסייכו, אז קיידם לנו שם זוהי שאוילו למעלה, מדברס על יהיה מלך הקודש, חסס בכל שערים, אין מויך ביודו. וכן נקרס רוח מנברס, שרי לכל תשעה נפש שאין שוס טאבל לפני המלך פרוט לזוי. וכן התויר מכריז וימרס תשוי לשין חומרם, חס לשין פיו לשיינים, שום שנים ססייסוב לשין ספדם דיבורים רעים, איסם הדיבורים אוילם, מעלה בשוש אוילם כולם מכריזם, ואם נסתלקו בסביב הדיבר רע, שפלייני, פעם מוקם דקה שנפש שתקו ועשה שבק דשי פרס, ממנו מסתלקס ליכול לדבר כמו שנאמר נעלמתי למי החשייס מיטויב. איסה שם אוהב בוש בצור שהכל, עלי ניסן לא מוקמים כמודם, זה כזה שוי פיו, לשין לשין מצויס נפשי. נפשי ועדה איסה שייס מדברס, נסו משתגע דקס בכלל הדיבר הרע. אז וסדם הנחש שהכל חייזם קיימי. שאיסה דיבר הרע, אילו בדרכים ידעו ששי לפני הנחש, עתקה כמה רוחס בסיידס באילם. ברוח ירדס מהצד ההוא מנצה שאיסה איש באידה, איסה בדיבר רע, ברוח בדרס הקדשה הזו יברס ממנו עוד שירה לא מטעמס איסה ועזו סוג מצוירו. דאב לשון הורה נידם בחבר של הקדוש ברוך הוא. מוירה איבה לשון הורה שנאמר הנחש לאישה, גורם לאישה לאדם נגזר עליהם מיסו, על כל האילם בלשון הורה כוסף, ושיינים חרב חדה, בגלל כך גורו לכם מני חרב מני לשון, חרב כי חיים אביינס חרב זי חרב להיבה יהבה יהויבה ששינים יש לקדוש ברוך הוא, חרב שבו הוא דונס לישם זהו שכוסף חרב להיבה יהבה יהויבה מול אדם, וחבי תויכל בשר, שום כך גורו לכם מני חרב, חיימה אביינס חורף. מהתהידן שעדין כוסף, כדי שתהידן שכוח נינה מי שיש לחרש בשייני, מסמנס לי שחרש משמיד הכל, זהו שכוסף זו יסתיר תויס המצוירו. המויצי שמנה נדמוים כל איבורה, בואי ראי על כל חטאי אוילם, קדוש ברוך הוא מחפש שוב וחוץ בייס לשון הרע, שמויצי שמנה על כל החברים. הרי אם ידוע שכוסף זו יסתיר תויס המצוירו, זו יסתיר תויס שמויצי שמנה, רבחי אמר כל מי שמויצי שמנה מטעם אלוהי, אז כל אבידו שלא לסגל בגלל שיועיס דיבר רע לאילם מאיר רוח תומה עליו ונתנה, בלי תומי מטעם מויצי בדיבר של מטה בסויר דיבר אחר. דאר בלושן הורה אין תפילס נשמעס. רבי יהודה אמר זו יסתיר ועדה כנגד ליפול ממנו מויצי שמנה, יום תדעסי ובול הקוין מעבוד השמענו משמע מי שיש לה לושן הורה. תפילוסי אינן נכנס לפני קדוש ברוך הוא, שאויר עליו רוח תומה כיוון שחזר בשובה וקיבל עליו תשובה, מה הכוסף ביום תדעסי ובול הקוין ורוע הקוין. That's when the tefillah will be accepted. Because when he does tshuva, then he will be accepted. But a person doesn't do tshuva, when he has kinna covenant and taiva in him, and he's always speaking bad about other people. If people's a shuffle, he doesn't speak bad about other people. Al kol mach HaKadosh Baruch Hu chutz b'lashon hara. Omer Rabbi Shimon, al kol b'chol Kadosh Baruch Hu prat l'lashon hara, b'glash ha'kosov asher omer l'shneinu nagvus v'seinu yitanu miyad lanu. Voidei kama also oisu l'lashon hara, gozal v'seinu sh'la yikonsul oretz v'meisu. Elu she'omer l'lashon hara v'nigzer b'chiyah l'doyes v'yochel gevin she'siyu l'lashon hara l'oretz ha'kdoisha ki'ilo etziyu Allah v'shes bein shayim alein. B'glau zeh kina Kadosh Baruch Hu azeh v'amdu yisor kulam l'shomer oilam ilma yisiyas Moshe. Diber lashon hara gorim lo'idam l'adam she'imas kodesh manami. Oiloi sol nivlosai, so he nivlas apeh aloi lashon hara shechet zeh shekorim gorim yishiyamas kodesh manami zeh kikovitik v'renu. Thank you, Rav Shimon Vaychoi, for standing up for me for Yosaya Kodesh and stopping the music in the top of the entire world. Last year, they made sure that I shouldn't have a single simcha to play by, and I shouldn't be able to play anywhere for Lag Kids the Maisa, I told the Rebbeinu Shalom, if in that case, let it rain. And it rained on Lag Baimer last year. And now Reb Shimon Mechoya is standing up himself, covered the Torah that I'm learning, and covered the Zohar Kodesh that I'm learning, and covered of the Torah that I learn, and covered the Talmidei Chacham. The Gemara brings down Zohar Korev, the Torah brings down Zohar Korev, El Kodshei Kadoshim, Mois Yumas. Zohar Korev. First, bring down what does the Zohar Korev mean? Kodshei Kadoshim. Kodshei Kadoshim. It's also became Rabbi's Talmidei Chacham. If a person goes and Mivayish at Talmid Chacham, it's like it becomes Korev to Kodshei Kadoshim. And it's Chayim Misa. And if it's Vayish Nasi, is even Chayev greater than Misa. He's Chayev Shein Kamoyu. The Misas that he gets is unlimited. Like it's brought down. And Akim lo Yisikala v'nos b'amcha lo Yisrael. It's also another thing on Lashon Hara is brought down like Tisha Shem Shavat Hashiyotchem Yerusha and Yetz Eid Chamas. Who's Eid Chamas is the Yetz Hara. So these people are basically the Yetz Hara, B'nei Yetz Hara. Mor Shabbos brings down Hillel was a great tzaddik, was a great honor, never lost his temper. He held himself back. From every temper. People would vouch that people should try to get him angry. So they came Friday afternoon when he was warming his bath. Mor Shabbos brings down. They would say Mikan Hillel. Like it very bad, and like 4 or 5 times the guy did it, and he failed. He said, like, look, I lost 4 meyazuz because I couldn't get you angry. So he said, Baruch Hashem, there should be more people who are willing to lose 400 zuz, not to get someone angry. Also brings down, the Gemara brings down, the Shammai was a captain and Hillel was a oyev. Israel. The several people came to Shammai and couldn't learn Torah, and they came to Hillel, and Hillel was Bekar of them. In one of the cases brings down that there was a ger. Person wanted to become a ger. He went to Shammai. He said to Shammai, teach me Torah, aregel achas. So Shammai pushed him away. Came to Hillel, base Hillel, to Hillel, etc. of Hillel. Hillel said, I'll teach you Torah on Hillel Regel Achas, but one condition. You learn this one pasuk here. After Yachu Kamoicha, Ani Yevel, Yehovah Yehovah, Yehava. After Yachu Kamoicha. The whole entire Torah stands on the After Yachu Kamoicha. Next to it we see brings down who you can be Machiach, Aletz you can't be Machiach, Leisikum, Leisita B'nei Yamecha, Leiselach Rachel Ba'mecha, Leisam Adam Re'echa, Ni Yehiva. Leiselach Rachel Ba'mecha goes Rechilis, Malshinis, everything. Leisam Adam Re'echa, Shvichas Damid. So when you speak Rosh Hashanah, you do a Shvichas Damim. Leisasa Avu Lamisha, Leisisa V'nei Dov, Leised of Nei Gob, Leised Kish V'nei V'secha. Leisachal Achesh, Neiv Leisid Mirshal, Leis Melechani Yehiva. Neiv Leisid Mirshal is when you taunt someone to get angry, you're even if Neiver, how can you do it if Neiver, if you have to be kind of after Yachkabaycha? So Hillel told him the Torah one thing. No matter how angry Hillel never got, like when he told someone, To learn the Torah is v'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. You shouldn't get the person. You shouldn't be over neighbor. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be over like saynos and misecha. It's like signayvo is chash shash mishma isla shavash min shakal chal shachal ni eva yava yava. The sasig is achal is sigzal is sample is sachit chabayka is kal chesh eva is mirshal is nachad yeva. All these things. The saynos and misecha is also one of the things. How do you become after Hakamaycha if you be over like Sinus and Misecha? If you go and turn it, you send someone to turn someone's light on his car, and then check if he's getting angry to see what he's going to do. That's called like Sinus and Misecha. How can you be kind? If even according to Hill, you're accepting the Torah, a regal achas, which is becoming after Hakamaycha, you can't do like Sinus and Misecha, right? You can't. So it's Yoiver, so Misecha. It's also brought down if a ger is Megayer and doesn't keep one thing of the Torah, is a shaila of his ger, is kosher. So in other words, if he's over on one thing of the Torah, he's not a ger anymore. He's a guy. He's Nishkan Yid. He's not a Yid. He's not Jewish. He's a guy. He's a regular guy. He's just wearing a yarmulke, and he went through a bris milah, he went through a tefillah, but he's not the kind of Torah. He's not a Yid. He's not a Yid. That's why we're suffering these days. Because people are evil, they sainu, samisecha, and they're not becoming after Hakamaycha. They're not becoming Torah the way they're supposed to. Let's say, L'chrachel, Me'mechel, L'sknei, L'schashish, Agshish, Mamisai. Hilo accepted this ger. A regular achas, came after Hakamaycha. There's a whole Torah relies on after Hakamaycha. Person can't be Mekayim after Hakamaycha. He's not Mekayim the Torah at all. He's over one Aveira in the Torah. He's over after Hakamaycha. Why? Because he's nifshel another Yid in this Aveira also. Because we're all kulam leiv echad, ish echad, leiv echad. A person doesn't want Aveira. He's over after Hakamaycha also. Because he's making a hole in the boat. We're all in one boat floating. All in one boat floating in the water. And if a person does an aveira, he makes a hole in the boat, and he makes a hole, and eventually he sinks the boat. He's saying, "You'll make the hole by me." After Hakamaycha, we're all in one boat, we're all in one sinking boat. And this is why a lot of Gedolim passed away, because they didn't give the right musar. Some people did give the right musar, they had to pass away. Now, back to what I was saying. After World War II, well, the 50 million people that died in World War II, all because of one Russian that went after Kina Taiva Kovic, which was Adolf Hitler, and he became such a Taiva, Baal Taiva, such a Kina, they had the koyach of the Mavis, which Isaiah Kodesh brings down. If a person runs after a certain Aveira, it becomes the ice of the Yetzirah of that Aveira. It becomes the main goal of that Aveira. It becomes that Yetzirah of that Aveira. And that's what these people are. These people are the Yetzirah of that Aveira. These people, a person has to be machik himself in them, no matter what. No matter what. After World War II, the Russians bombed the bunkers where Hitler's ladies were hidden, because they figured in order to capture him, he knew he uses koyach hatuma to where to run. So he used his ladies to be able to tell him where to with this koyach hatuma. So they killed out, just like by David Melch killed out Arpa, in order to kill out the Russia that was attacking him. The Shem Havai had to kill out the Koyach HaTumah first. So too, that's the way the Russians attacked and were able to capture Adolf Hitler. They bombed all the bunkers where he had the ladies, and then they were able to get into his bunker and capture him. They had him in jail. The Boy Shalom said, "I'm going to teach this Hitler a lesson." He came down as an old man, and he went into the jail. He put the guard to sleep, and he went to the jail and told Hitler, "You think you got my kids? Go around the world. You'll see they're going back to Yiddishkeit." Because he thought he really got them. He thought he really was able to shmad them and really cause them such a bad tragedy that there will never be any Yiddishkeit in the world. That's what type of Russia he was. And since he saw that he couldn't beat them, he decided he's going to join them. He went around the entire world. He even came to the United States. He came to every single Rav and asked to become a ger. And since they didn't want to become ger him, he arranged with his mob that they should kill out that Rav. They all died a mysterious death. The mob was the neo-Nazis that came over with him, and they all went around killing out all Rabbanim that weren't Magai Adolf Hitler. When it came to the Novominsker Rebbe's father, the Novominsker Rebbe that has passed away, Novominsker Rebbe's father was Magai him, and it was the biggest mistake in Klal Yisrael, because look what we're suffering now because of their descendants. Because they weren't Geir Emes, he still went back afterwards to his Taivas. And the Novominsker Rebbe's Mishpacha hid the secrets about this family and didn't want to tell anything about this family the entire time. And he passed away also in this Magefa. And he's going to sit in Gehenna for a long time. Why? Even though he wasn't Mevayis Mishpacha, because if a person conceals and helps a Russia do a Vera, he shares his part in Gehenna. And he's going to go to Gehenna and sit there in Avada and together with these people that were afraid of me. And I thank Rav Shimlei Chai for making sure that Miron, they're not having any music, giving up music to stand up for the Torah that I know, and for the knowledge of the Ruach Kodesh and Shem Avayis, the Torah Nista that I know, and the Torah Nista that I'm able to stand by. And a person's tefillah won't get accepted on this world besides through me. Because, as we learned in the Zohar Kodesh, that and the only Moshe is anxious dav ne'melech pot l'zoi. Only this person has a chance to stand in front of the Rebbeinu Shalom, to speak to Hashem, and to be ma'akif, and to be vatal, and to geyser. As a person, you speak Vayishim, you speak Lashon Hara about him, terrible. There's the only way the tefillos of Klal Yisrael will be accepted is through me. And I daven the Shem Havaya of Rachmim most of the time. Besides when I see the Rebbeinu Shalom is Regas and he wants to Shem Shaklala, Chas Hashem, I have to say the Shem Shaklala. But as we said, if a person goes to Kodesh Kedoshim, it's Mvaza Tamil Chacham, it's Mois you must. And also, if a person is the Mvaza Nasi, which is even greater, the Mois you must, it's Mises, unlimited. Unlimited. And not only that, I thank Hashem for stopping all the weddings, because they have to be a very top musician. They malign me saying that I don't know how to play. And the talent and music I have in my heart that the Rebbeinu Shalom gave me, the chachma of music, the chachmas and the talents, the old mekana, and a person, since he has kinnik, kavod, v'taiva, is moitzin as adam me'olam, takes him out of this world. The person has these strings, and then he becomes to speak to Lashon Hara, of course, because he has kinna, he has taiva, he has kavod, so all the things he comes to speak is Lashon Hara. He speaks Lashon Hara, I believe die. He's goyim whatever he can because of his kinna. And the Baruch Shalom will take this person out. And when he dies, these two people and those who are close with him and this chevra, they're going to have such a terrible misa that they're going to smell so bad and rot so bad, and they're going to avad in shagehenim. And there's no way that people are going to even get close to bury them, to make a cover for them. And that's how bad their infections they are going to be and smell. They're going to have such a terrible tumor for what they've done. And if the Baruch Shalom doesn't end it for a couple millions, besides for by next year, if this keeps on going on, and next year like Weimar, all the musicians will forget how to play already. They'll lose their touch and key. They wouldn't know anything about music anymore. They'll be totally mishtagah from out of this world for what they've done, what they followed to me. Not only that, he has switched his Social Security on my pay stubs to it was probably his Social Security. When I was making electric, trying to make my license for electric, so he's probably giving out false licenses for electric to the work I did that he's collecting the evidence for. But Hashem is going to have everything in justice. He's not going to get away from a single thing for what he has done. Well, look at the chart. Coronavirus chart now. See what the Hashem is holding in the war. Coronavirus death toll. As of today. In New Jersey itself. 9,225, 522 in Ocean County itself. Baruch Shalom is going to go for a war. She'ein kamoyu. Came down as an old man. Because why? Why did he come down as an old man to Hitler? Because people said Baruch Shalom is old and he can't do. And it says, "Al tir b'pachas pisay m'shayis shom kisavei utzeitz l'sufa dabu dav le'yokim kimon akel v'adzikna anihu." If you think I'm still old, I'm still that person that can still beat. No matter how old this person is, you touch him, you're burnt. You're burnt. You're gone. That's the Baruch Shalom. There's no dimion to Hashem. He could come in any form. He could come to any. He's everywhere in the entire world. And he's all over. It's Eyash Eya. He will be and will be everywhere where he is. And there's no end to the Koyach of Hashem where he could come. And if we look at the coronavirus total death of the world, what we're holding, how much is it? 285,000 so far. 4.1.7 million cases, confirmed cases. Baruch Shalom is a ish b'chama. Yehive ish b'chama, yehive shemay. Mincha yehive nadariv koyach, mincha yehive tir tzayiv. There's unlimited. Hashem has unlimited powers. When it comes to stand up for his Torah, he stands up real strong. And when it's time to make the Geula, he makes it. He does the Geula all himself. And he's going to be Goyal Klal Yisrael. Huya Gala son Mekarev Kabis Tchein Mehabikam Paisalas Chaverim Kol Yisrael Name Amen. Huya Gala Sonu, which is referring to the Baruch Shalom. And he's going to do it. And he's standing strong now. He stopped everything. Because of my Torah, he did several things. I got fired from the job in Eretz Yisrael. The person closed down his business within a few weeks due to he fired me because of the kedusha I had. I lost my job in Jay's. Jay's with 300 buses. His whole fleet is shut down. All the schools are shut down. Everything is shut down. The Baruch Shalom standing up for my covet of Torah. Because there's ain't neshama that can speak to a Baruch Shalom. It's only me. And that's what the Zohar Kodesh brings down, Rav Shimon Yochai brings down. And thanks for this day that he's mevatel on his music and Miron for Simcha this day. And No matter what, he's going to eventually take revenge. Hashem is going to stand up and take revenge. Is a great aveira. A person should never be mitzar, making prank calls to people and making prank calls to me left and right. I'm telling you, if they think they're kind after by that, it's just the opposite. Those people are definitely not Yidden. They're definitely goyim, and if they're pretending to be Yidden, they're not. They're not Yidden whatsoever. They're goyim because they don't understand what the Torah means. But after person should be misana. And by Amon of Yosayim, Isana is even greater. Ger L'Yisayim L'Chosen Ger Yisbehes B'Tzayim. Amon of Yosayim L'Isana. Ger L'Yisayim is the Ger Emes, not Ger phony Ger. Amon of Yosayim L'Isana. V'I Yosayim. The Vav in Yosayim comes to see even a person that has a hard life. That's the biggest inay. One of the biggest inay is the Yasim al-Mana. To hurt a Yasim al-Mana is one of the biggest inay. And the person who's Anna, Vaisham takes the Kama. He's the father of the Yasim. And he looks out. This child doesn't have a father to scream at. He screams to me, I'm his father. I'll go. I'm the most powerful, the Vaisham says. And I will eventually make sure. That's what Hashem will do. All those people are either on Amon of Yasim, and the people that have hard tzar lose their parents eventually, will lose their relatives, and eventually the Hashem takes revenge on them. Hashem sees everything. You can block cameras. You go and block cameras and go and turn on people's lights and cars and block the cameras with the code so you get through and everything. And people shouldn't see the videos. Hashem sees that. And He knows exactly what's going on. Is one of the things of laughter that even Hillel, the biggest loy captain, who didn't lose his temper, wouldn't accept someone as a ger if he wasn't Mekayim after Achmoicha. So a person's over is over after Achmoicha, which is over in Kol Kula, which is not a ger emes anymore. He's a kaifer, he's a rasha, and you have to misfoul. Eventually, people shouldn't follow his ways, and eventually, Bnei Shalom should stop his rishes because he can't be mechayach tchiach. Let's you can't be mechayach. It's one of the things you can't be mechayach aletz. It's never teichacha for aletz. Aletz you cannot give teichacha. He's just going to make things worse for you. So Hashem will take revenge, and He will stand up. He will stand up for my Torah and weiter. And yet Hashem, we should be zeich to Gula B'Kariv. Hopefully by next year, like Boimer, we should have Rishim Mechaya after Tchiyas Mason already. And it's Yisrael, dancing and teaching us Torah together with Moshe Rabbeinu. That's Hashem Yisbarach. Talmud Torah is going to be nishkach in these days, all because terrible machinas, terrible lashon hara going on, terrible isainos of samisecha, terrible cases of after achmoicha which people are not mikayim. The say it's the college chaydish, the evil I see the mirshal, by getting a person angry, the evil I see the mirshal. People just don't follow the Torah. People don't follow the Torah. Me and Goy, I don't blame him. That's his tactic. But he's still going to get his Gehenna. He's going to. There's no guy that gets Gan Eden. There's not one guy that gets Gan Eden. Because their job is to get Gehenna. That's what they are. Their job is to be mirshol and to be destroyed from the face of earth. And that's why Hashem is leading them right now too. Straight to Gehenna with this coronavirus, killing them out one after another. Everybody should have a Baldiger like Baimer. And right now it's 8:19 p.m. ending this year. It's already almost time to sail Sphira. So end this year right here. And I'm happy that I learned the Zohar, Little Nishmas, Shem Meichai, and able to give a shir like this, Little Nishmas Rabbi Shem Meichai. Even Rabbi Shem Meichai was never able to say Nasa Misecha. Him, there was not one Keshus ever seen in his life. And anybody that saw Keshus, Moshe Shabbos brings down anybody that saw Keshus in their life weren't able to sit next to Rabbi Shem Meichai in Gan Eden. Okay, I have to end my shir right here, and I wish everybody Tzlacha Rama. Hope to see you soon with the Gula Shleim V'Hei V'Mein and Leim Amen. Kol Tov.